secret
rescue.
I would watch that movie.
Yeah.
Your retro would be hilarious in that movie. It'd be like Ratchet and Clank, but it'd be Clank just.
Oh man.
Oh, there.
Let's see where we're actually going to be at.
A reminder that both these teams are tied when it comes to points. They're at second and third place.
Watch them draw and then end up just not changing places whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Dark Zero is going to be sad at the end of this.
No.
Consulate and Clubhouse will be banned out first. Coast, Border, Cafe Dostoevsky removed. Leaves of 2. So, where do we go?
Villa.
And Villa.
Oh, that's such a good map for EG.
For both teams. I mean, Fox playing Jackal on Villa? Man, name me a better duo.
But you got to think, okay, so they both played Villa once this season, right? It was a 6-6 tie for Reciprocity versus Rogue. For EG, 7-0 against Luminosity.
Huh. Well, didn't Reciprocity play EG the very first time Villa was introduced into Pro League?
Yeah, I remember Fox doing the whole Jackal shotgun from underneath and stuff. So it's definitely like a good map for both teams. I'm not saying that, but stats-wise, a little towards EG at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, that was EG with Canadian, not without.
So many differences.
It can really have a change. We're just trying to see what EG will look like now with Mod being on the team. And
I think they'll look pretty good.
I mean, he's a good player. I mean, we've watched him through USN, his rise with Disrupt even then. So yeah, there's a lot of potential here.
What I'm looking out for then is role changes. That'll be the more interesting part. Is like I think they're all good players. They're a good team. I don't think that's a problem. I think they're going to perform. It's just a question of what are the role changes going to be? Like, are they going to shift things up a little bit with Troy having moved over to SSG? And Modiga, I mean, like I said, they played in USN, so I'm sure they got to feel things out of it there. I'm sure they've scrimmed plenty since they obviously played the DreamHack as well. Mm-hmm. So, they should be comfortable enough to know how they want to play the roles. But this is a team, of course, that struggled with role changes for quite a while and has actually kind of gone back to a lot of their old school roles, like Necrox on Smoke, for example, and Young playing supports, things like that. So it's kind of funny. They just kind of ended up back where they started in terms of these are the roles they're just good at.
Look at G2. They are pretty much doing the same now.
Yeah. And I mean, it's kind of working out a little bit better for them. So it's one of those things where it's like, unfortunately, if it ain't broke, don't fix it in terms of roles for certain players. But it was interesting, as I mentioned earlier, to see, for example, the way Avian was playing in some different roles. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't think we'll see huge role changes from Reciprocity, but they've have had some time to try and try things out, I imagine, as well, to kind of prep for the second half to try and be a little more unpredictable, so that a lot of their previous stuff isn't going to show because they don't have the roster changes.
Yeah.
They need to do something to kind of shake things up. And as I said, the meta won't have changed too much. We did see Nook earlier, but in the sense of the shields are going to be the big change, and then some of the secondary gadget changes in terms of who gets what will shift things slightly.
Oh, the Dokebi on this map with a grenade now?
Yeah, the grenades. Yeah, we did see that a little bit earlier in EU, and we even saw a ban, but that was a target ban against Aces.
It's a target ban against Aces, yeah. I mean, Aces with the SMG.
But Red Groove also very good on Dokebi, so it's not. It wouldn't have been a surprise to see that target ban against him as well.
Yep.
There was some slight recoil changes to the SMG11, but I believe they were visual only, from my understanding, and they did SMG12, and they didn't really benefit Dokebi players.
Yeah, I think the SMG11 changes are still in. I think this kind of feels like it has a bit less recoil now.
Yeah, the SMG11 I'm not sure, but the SMG12, the one that Dokebi runs with, I believe was just visual only. I think from what Aces was saying.
Just fine, popped around everywhere.
Yeah, it's a very difficult gun to control for those of you who haven't tried to use it. Yeah. There's a reason why you see people even having trouble opening barricades with it, because the thing's just, it's all over the dang place.
I remember the days.
Yeah.
When that thing was a sniper, and if I could do well with it,
it's easy.
It's broken.
Yeah, that's how you.
And it was.
I mean, really, if that's how they should test ops. Is they just let us play them on the TTS, look at our stats. If we do well with any ops, it's like, hey,
Emzo,
change it.
Emzo has something above a 0.2 KD.
All right, fix it.
Change it.
Watch how he's playing. Don't let him do it.
Delete it off the KD.
Exactly.
Remove it. We'll just send it to the team to remodel it. We're waiting for all the players to be in the lobby. So.
Yeah, we're just waiting on one, it looks like, so hopefully we'll be started soon.
Yeah, when did the casters press S for us to start?
Right, it's just, oh, whoops, we do that?
I forgot.
I mean, to be fair, that used to actually be the thing. So for the users who didn't watch year one, when Panky was controlling the game with the controller, having to be the spectator, the observer, and play-by-play casting it, and he was the one to start the match, hence the term Panky start for any of those who've heard that from back in the day when it was a false start on the wrong map. It was referred to as the Panky start.
It happens because, well, you're the one in charge of it, but now we have Marcio.
Yeah. So it's not our fault this time.
It's always Marcio.
If it ever happens. I think we've only had that happen maybe once or twice where we started on the wrong map.
but it's super
pretty rare now. Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah.
So
We learn.
well,
Yeah.
we just
Villa.
forget.
We'll talk about that in a second. What do you guys think about this game? I think it'll be pretty darn close.
And
Yeah.
you guys think the same?
I got it. I
think that's a pretty good vote. I mean, EG at the moment, pretty strong. Reciprocity, like as you said, they've looked like they've been struggling a little bit. But to be fair, EG looked like they were struggling quite a bit as well. But with the changes, they might be able to bring it back. I think this is about right, what I would expect for the community vote
All right.
in terms of probably predictions
I really wish that we had the map ahead of time,
for the community vote.
so maybe that it would have some sort of influence. It's like I'm traumatized from my thesis,
Mm-hmm.
yet I still want to do more statistics. Like, I want more. Why?
Glutton for punishment, I guess.
Dude, yeah, I finished my degree a year ago and I still don't have it in my hands. There, I have to take a flight to Brussels at some point in time next.
If there's anything you're slow at getting, it's papers.
Yes. Although, unlike you, I don't have my. I have my residency permit here, and I don't have a meeting for a year from now to get it.
So
Great job.
Speaking of visas, Gio's still the one struggling here. Hopefully they don't have to sub someone in.
They're
for
all
him.
in the same
There's
house.
no gotcha.
Oh, by the way,
That's
one
true,
thing
yeah.
to mention as well. We said Canadian and Gotcha were off the team. Want to also say the same for Peter, Peter Chow, our team manager and the photographer.
Will be missed. Great guy.
I love Peter, by the way. He's
You know,
like the coolest.
This
Did
does
you
make you
see
wonder,
the
though.
gif of him swooning at Milan? Oh my god, it just hits me.
I do wonder about Canadian's visa status because he was in America, and I'm not sure how long it was for. But I don't know if he's going to be. Because I don't think SSG has a team house that I can recall.
True.
So there may be a situation where he has to eventually.
Depends on
go
U.S.
back.
nationals.
Yeah, so I don't know because I mean.
It really only matters for U.S. nationals.
Yeah, and I think there's no Canadians now on EG to block them from playing U.S. nationals that way. So.
Oh, they have one Mexican player, but has obviously
Visa,
the paperwork
yeah.
for
That's
it.
the rule is you have your visa. I'm
You
not
have
sure
to
if
be
you have to reside.
No, you have to be a resident
yeah.
of the United States.
Not a citizen, a resident.
Yes, at least to be a resident. So you have either a student or work visa. I'm no legal person, I guess, but a lawyer, a legal person. What am I saying? Okay, I've been up for too long.
Gio, what are you doing to us?
Yes, we are waiting on Gio. So
Sleepy Gio.
he is. It's Villa, right?
Yeah.
Kind of take a nap. But honestly, I'm always so excited to watch Villa because we haven't seen it as much in online play, specifically for Europe.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally the least picked map at only 2%.
I'm interested to see, like, for example, how the new shield will affect 90, right? So you have that like little death sort of thing. You stick a shield next to it. You can kind of play, prone. You play behind it. A lot of people have been doing. Obviously, you can also set it up. It's essentially a crouch height mirror in some respects.
You just
And
you can shoot from the side, but it's more predictable.
yeah, and I don't know. I think it will still affect matches, even if at first it doesn't have a huge impact. But we've definitely seen it being played. But it also puts a lot more emphasis onto operators, either the grenade operators or Ash and Sophia, to be able to hit those shields from a long distance. Because you're not going to run up and sledge that shield on 90, for example.
No, and heads up that if we don't have Gio in here in the next 3 minutes, it's a auto forfeit.
Ooh, could you imagine if Rec goes to Japan because Gio's sleeping? I'm sure he's not actually sleeping.
No, but it can just be wire issues,
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be internet issues, as you said. They're all in the same team house, so it shouldn't be that. But it could definitely be technological issues on his computer. But at least he's not playing from a laptop like Ghost was.
No. At least he knows that he should be playing.
Yeah.
Which is good. Yeah, I think it's happened in the past where you kind of get a call.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, just wake up. It's like, hey, we're playing.
We're all in a team house, right? Just knock on the door.
Yeah.
Although, like, when we say team house, actually, that can mean two different things. It could mean they all literally live in the same house, like Dark Zero does, I believe. Or it could be all separate apartments, like the way Rogue has.
Yeah.
So there's different ways of doing it. Sometimes they'll have
separate apartments in in the same complex.
and then have a conference room or a place where they can all play together as well. There's different ways of arranging it.
It's like a WeWork office.
I think that's generally the better way to do it, just because you don't end up with as much drama. But hey, who knows? Some people
Like
fit in just fine. Yes, some people like the drama, definitely.
Or if you're Reciprocity, it seems like they live in a mansion.
It's so weird, too, because I never would have thought that team would have worked. Fox, Laxing, and Skies all on the same team.
Yeah.
I never thought that would have worked, and somehow it's actually gelled really nicely.
I think they have a great dynamic when they go to land and you see all their posts together.
Just all flexing.
It's literally all flexing, and I just don't get it. They're kind of pushing Sua towards it, and I may or may not have replied to a tweet in a way that people considered a bit too stabby at North America, to the point where Fox DM'd.
Oh wow!
And he's like, "I'm the only one that has Balenciagas. Do you mean that it was me?" Well, I mean, I'm just setting a trope.
Subtweeting him.
It's a trope. It's a trope. It really is that. It's just flexing and then hating on the others that are flexing because they flexed harder than you did.
It's not fun.
No.
It's too much flexing.
I don't get the whole goat thing. I don't get the whole like massive watch and ice on your wrist kind of thing. The Balenciagas, the like 10 different types of shoes.
Ask Blue about his Gucci's.
Oh God.
Too.
You know, I actually showed that video and those things from Blue to my girlfriend, and she's like, you know, if he's rocking them and enjoying them, more power to him. And I'm like, I wish I had your lucidity, because I just can't. It's too precious.
Yeah, can't do those.
Yeah.
Although congrats to Slash on his new car.
What did you get?
I couldn't tell what it was. Some kind of like, it looked like almost
Does it
like
have an engine?
I hope. I didn't see it in motion, so I don't know.
We're still waiting. I'm genuinely surprised, but also
I really hope this doesn't end up in a forfeit, but it is definitely getting close. So, I mean, obviously, hey, if it delays too long here and you guys don't want to watch us talk the whole time, we'll just have to move on to the next match.
Yeah, I mean, we genuinely don't want to be. We genuinely don't want to be just talking over a lobby.
As fun as that is to cast.
We'd rather be in the game.
Absolutely.
So, casters can play as.
There he is. All
Gio's
right.
in.
Well, fingers crossed.
Excited.
Get started. But to make sure everything's okay. If we get started,
I think the new Reciprocity, and you guys will see it there, as you mentioned, it's no longer Rec in-game, it's TR.
Yeah.
It's like for me, it's just Team Rocket.
To be fair, I preferred the Rec at the end, but you know, I'll get used to this.
Everybody's ready?
All right.
Good luck, have fun. Let's go. It's Villa time. We go to Tuscany.
This should be good. As I said, this is a great map for both teams, but especially for EG. But it also means EG have shown some things on this map, but it's consistently been a strong map for them.
All right. Ban phase, Reciprocity. They're known for the Jackal play. Are we going to see a Dokka be banned? They're going to go for the Lion, and it's the Nomad. Okay, another operator that is just so great at disrupting the maneuvering, I guess.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if we'll see Gridlock in play then.
Jackal. Yes.
Yep, there it is.
Expected. Telegraphed.
Yeah, definitely something they like to play on this map especially. But
Sad face Fox, I expect that he is already kind of moved away. And
to be fair, Necrox has been playing a fair bit of Jackal lately as well. So
good
not gonna have that opportunity now. Yeah, he's very well banned and ranked as well, especially now with the ability to ban ops.
Yeah, everybody's watched Money Heist, so you just see Jackal and you're like, oh, okay, same one. Maestro banned out.
You gotta imagine that we know what the last ban will be here. It's yeah.
There we go. Like, come on, man. It's just I can do this in my sleep. Kind of am.
Easy. Well, no Heartbreachers ban though. Last time EG played this, they banned the Maverick. But now that they're up against Rec, they want to ban something a little bit different, which makes sense. You know, the target ban sort of against Reciprocity is that Jackal. But that means with all the Heartbreachers available, there will be some opportunities to open some walls. Now, of course, they're going to go potentially with the Thermite first, especially with that Thatcher. And we'll see if anyone goes for the 6 picks. Skies is going to bring out the Echo. So the second time we've seen Echo not banned here tonight. Moidiga also sneaking in the IQ, which is going to be a good counter to the Echo. So a nice 6-pick counter there, whether he was doing it intentionally or not. But you got to expect that if they have the opportunity to play Echo, they're likely to do so. I mean, it's such a strong op at the moment. There's no reason not to. I mean, having invisible mobile cameras that your teammates can ping on like that you can just move around the map. That's pretty good. Not to mention also the one thing to keep in mind is it's a small thing, but Thatcher's EMPs will destroy Black Eyes, but only disable temporarily the Yokais. So yeah, just one of those small things that gives them another slight edge. So let's see how this goes at the start, but we are of course going to start on the usual bomb site of Aviator Game Room. Seems like a lot of teams have been struggling a lot more on Trophy these days too. Just teams have been figured out in terms of some good attack strats. So I feel like teams might start playing dining a bit more as well, like the kitchen dining area, just because it's just the struggles with Trophy.
I guess. All right, start off. It's the Ashen play.
A fair bit of that today, so far. See if NVK is going to go in gunning or not. Now this is something that you would also see Canadian on, but now that he's not on the team, will not be. Necrox on the Thatcher and Young on the Thermite, though. Not a huge surprise to see those guys playing those roles. See how Gio's going to be on potentially entry on that Twitch, though.
Reminder that last time EG played competitively was only a couple weeks ago, and they played against BDS.
BDS. They were nuts.
That was a 2-0 victory for the Shaiko gang, I guess.
Yeah, they are crazy at the moment. Modiga already taken half his life in health, though. It's not a great start because they need that IQ to counter that Yokai Echo, and as well as maybe even spot the pests rather than to drone into them. Goo Mines doesn't help, or it doesn't hurt to spot as well, so he really needs to be careful here.
So Mod peeking around here as Fox is not spotted just yet, but you see the Goo Mines kind of trailing everywhere. Though Laxing is trying to push his opponents as well, close up to him. Doubling up on the Goo Mines, not sure about that decision, but still.
You really want to slow down any kind of Ash push, especially if it's followed up with a Twitch too. So, I mean, I can understand if you have a double push coming at you, it's going to be pretty helpful, but also you double your chances of them hitting it and getting slowed down. Yeah,
you'll do a bit of damage, but I feel it might be a bit of a waste there. But Skies will still find the kill on Gio. Fox with a pre-fire and finds it. Mod is dropped to the floor and taken away. NVK, Young, and Necrox, the last three alive. And a reminder for everybody watching at home, this is the most defensive-sided map in Pro League, in competitive play in general. So don't be surprised when you see the defense putting up rounds on the board. NVK with a quick peek, and okay, there you go.
Slipping a little.
Laxing's now down and dusted. As Kix was saying, for the first week or so, you're going to see people be a bit rusty. Goo Mine step right into it, and NVK dropped by Fox. It's double kill for him. A lot of help with those Goo Mines, but it's Young Necrox, last two alive. Oh, Sky's a perfect timing here as it peeks around with the Echo. Fortunately, Young is left on his own, and there's smokes being thrown right at the wall. And he's spotted. Sky's going to just watch him here. And what's Fox going to do? Is he going to try to collect the kill off the drop? No.
Patience. Sky's just playing it smart.
There's no reason to get aggressive against the Thermite, right? There's 12 seconds left, and Mark will be the one to capitalize.
They wanted to make sure everyone got their shot except for Retro, I guess. But what a dominating round from Reciprocity. Just what you saw is time and time again, individual players from EG moving around as individuals without enough intel on Reciprocity. Fox played the stairwell for so long and just got away with it. So even when they knew he was there, they just didn't have a good push against him. Although, to be fair, he almost missed his shots. Just covering up the player with his hand of this character. It just... EG, though, just not coordinated enough. They didn't know how the defense was set up. Their inability to drone very well, it seemed, was just not helping. They were not really getting enough good intel on individual players and then pushing them. And you saw just players from Reciprocity just pop out, shoot from wherever they were playing from. Yes, eventually Laxing got punished, but that's after he'd already gotten a kill. Mm-hmm. And then Sky's able to play just a good job on the site defense as well. Having his own Yokais to kind of help him be able to watch study, for example. NVK there, yeah, with that only kill, just, it was not, I'm sorry, no, Laxing didn't get a kill last round, I think. I think he just assisted on one. Yeah, just the assist.
Yeah. It's all right. It's a kill on mine.
It's all right.
Laxing, you get it. You know, it's fine. He's the chef for the team.
Laxing really shows up for this team.
He's feeding the team, and he's teaching them the art and subtle art of fine cooking, at least when it comes to meat.
I'd be surprised if Laxing isn't top fragging by the end of this match.
Hey man, Laxing's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. say the least. Still got one black eye left in his pocket, and there it goes. He's got a little bit of... These bullet hole peaks are just
they're really nasty.
Right now. They're just, yeah, I mean, when you can play off of them, you have to have really good reflexes, though. That's the thing, is pixel peak angles, little bullet hole things like that. You really have to have good reflexes and good perception to actually take advantage of those and land headshots off of them.
But still, they're built into the game, and
yeah.
I guess unless that really just gets completely changed, we're not going to see them go out of fashion anytime soon. As we were having a conversation with Pix only a bit ago. So NVK will enter, but he's the one droning for himself. So not usually what you'd want the Ash to be doing.
Pretty typical, though, surprisingly, just because a lot of times I think the Ash players want to know the positioning so they can push on it, and callouts aren't always adequate for that. But at the same time, yeah, it is sometimes not the greatest scenario as opposed to having someone drone for you.
No, MVK comes around from behind. Skies will find the kill on Mod, and you see the Jaeger right behind the vault. He might not know that MVK is so close to him. He's watching the doorway, and he'll come around and he'll run away to the atrium, and he's all the way back. There we go. Done. Mark will find Necrox, though. EG losing manpower. Reciprocity. Finally, Fox taking a bit of damage, but he's still alive. Doesn't matter. NVK shot from behind, and, well, he's dead now. Fox turns in and takes him out. The hunter becomes the hunted.
Yeah. Again, these individual plays from EG, they're just not finding the kills. I mean, NVK was the one to kind of try and spearhead that, but we're just not seeing crossfires. We're not seeing them really put a lot of pressure on players of Reciprocity. Fox, though, in the meantime, might be downed, but still, that's not a whole lot, especially with that peak there from Laxing. Those bullet hole peaks, again, working out for him, and he is going to find his kill.
He stayed in that spot for the entirety of the round, but there you go. He found it. Young not spotted yet. He'll find 2 kills. A third one for Young. Oh, my. 2 left, Skies and Laxing. Can you plant? There's one mute jammer right next to him, so drones up close is definitely not the play. 45 seconds left, so quite a bit here for Young.
This is where they're going to wish they had those echo drones.
Yeah, smoke thrown in the back. He'll go for the plant, and that should be heard. No, you can't shoot through that, but you're just making noise, making sure that he's spotted. His position is known.
It's taking a bit long, and unfortunately, the longer he takes, the more his position is given away.
He's got to go plant at some point. There's no nitro cells to use in this situation, so you have to get up close and personal. Young at 3 seconds left before he goes for the plant and is done with it. And it will be set. Now push it in. Oh no, the Habana will win it. That's the quad kill. Skies with the shotgun in hand, though, will drop the Habana, but not a moment too soon. Oh my. Eesh. It's got to hurt. Young, close. No cigar with a 4K. Skies finishing him off with a shotty.
Definitely a great attempt, though, by Young. And really, Reciprocity just not seeming to have the pressure. You saw them trying to shoot through reinforced walls, trying to shoot just over the head of Young planting. I mean, Young almost made that work there. Unfortunately, he was literally trapped in a corner at that point. Didn't have anywhere to really go. I mean, it's a tough spot to be in. There's not a whole lot you can do in that situation. He certainly played it really well in getting the 4K. Obviously, though, they lined up for him a little bit. He kind of caught him by surprise. You don't usually see the Habana just going and slaying like that all of a sudden. But nonetheless, that's still another round for Reciprocity, who are doing quite well. On, as you said, the more defender-sided map, we'll finally see Dining here as the 3rd bomb site. Library is just honestly not a good bomb site, so you're not going to see that played a whole lot. I feel like Vitality is one of the few teams that plays that, although I'm not even sure if they play that anymore. This guy's going to sneak in the Echo again. Like I said, I think they would have benefited from that last round because playing off of the extra intel that Reciprocity has versus denial of intel on EG is something that I think is working out for them. I mean, when you can deny their ability to drone different areas and move those yokais around and have Skies use those to be able to play site effectively, it's definitely making a difference because it means their roamers can kind of play off-site without having to worry as much about how the anchors are doing in terms of needing to back them up, because Skies is not getting caught off guard for the most part. Also, he has 2 of those yokai, so you can also call intel for those roamers. And I think that's really working out for them, especially on this map. It's definitely a strong map for that. But now they have to play downstairs, so they're going to be split a bit more. And I think this is where there's an opportunity here for EG to try and take them out. Because, again, it's been a lot of those individual players from EG, but now there's more chance they could catch an individual player from Reciprocity without as much backup. But just their roam ability has been It's just too flexible for EG to be able to find, even in the positions where they're playing somewhat static, like Fox was playing on the stairs the first round. They are going to stick with pretty much the same lineup, well, literally the same lineup here from EG. To be fair, it's working out okay in terms of like who's playing what operator. We're just not seeing a lot from Geo, I think, on the Twitch, as you would expect. Maybe he still is sleepy, I don't know. But I think that is one of the things that's hurting them a little bit here, is Geo not going off on that F2. As between him and NVK, if they can get some positioning found out from the Reciprocity players, and that's part of what the Twitch drone is for, although if it gets caught by a Mozzie, that's really an unfortunate thing to happen. But if they can get some idea where they're playing at, I would love to see some aggression and teamwork from those two, because if they can just get some man advantage early on, I think they can turn that into something.
Yeah, but it's just how a Reciprocity... I mean, you want to get an advantage if you're EG, but a map like Villa, if you don't have the right droning for it, you're just not going to be able to find much, right?
But the upside is a lot of the Reciprocity players are by themselves.
God,
so if you can pinch them,
these angles, man, like, how do you play against that?
You just got to know, and you got to drone and got to prepare for them. You got to see those holes and be like, uh-oh.
Pray to everything holy. Retro will be the first one felled in this round. As now the smoke is out of play. A great play here from EG, and Mark as well, being the second. So the shark does not bite. It's Necros who will. Leaving only 3 for Reciprocity. Laxing will drop down and play by the wine cellar. And no drinks will be had now, as a bit far away from victory in this round. EG taking their time to warm up, but hey, at round 3 on Villa, on attack, it's a pretty good time to get it done. Fox will get information of his opponents that are now traveling down 90. There's 2 of them there. He pre-fires, damage done, but oh my, NVK shift W's into the site and gets the kill. Laxing, forcing Geo to fight against him. Not sure what Geo is trying to do here. He's going down into the wine cellar, but hey, it happens. Sky is holding on to the site. He has to pull back closer to B in the kitchen. NVK continuing to drone. He's the body of the smoke that was taken out a minute or so ago. Laxing will find one NVK. Reciprocity trying to bring it back and just keeping Laxing alive. Skies with a kill on Young and dropping the diffuser on the floor. The Yokai drone is being watched by Reciprocity. The rest of the players. Laxing comes in. The walk-in closet. And he's got one in the back. Mod is taken away. That's a triple kill for Laxing. He might have just won the entire round for his team. Now Necrox, the last man in. Skies finds it. The duo is back, ladies and gentlemen. That's Skies and Laxing. And they win the round off of the back foot of 5v3 by my Reciprocity.
You got to be impressed, though. Skies,
I am.
Skies is top fragging as a site anchor Echo. That's not something you see often.
Good clutch, Skies.
Love the camaraderie there.
It's just a community.
And everyone said those two are toxic. Look at that. They're just probably high-fiving in real life. Well, now they can go back to their preferred bomb site, though. They managed to pull out their difficult bomb site, and EG did a good job of forcing them to move around quite a bit, exposing themselves to some of the flanks, and also the fact that they had to play split floors definitely was not helping them, just because they weren't able to secure it as well. I mean, Mozzie can only do so much, for example, when you have to play split floors, because you can only contain so much of the drones, whereas if you're playing top floor primarily, you can set up those Mozzie drones to deny a lot of droning of that single floor, and that does benefit you a little bit more. There it is, Skies up there at the top. Retro, not as big a surprise to see him down at the bottom, but he is one of those support players, much like Young, where you don't necessarily see him frag out a lot, but he is definitely vital to the team in providing a lot of support plays and making sure they're able to stay in the game and let the rest of the players do their job. But Sky's actually going to change things up a little bit this time, not going to be on the Echo. He's actually going to play on the Bandit. Looks like he's moving around a little bit, but I'm not sure if he's going to rotate back to site.
10 seconds to go.
Not Laxing going to be on that Mozzie. So again, they'll be able to do some denying of drones. Will, I imagine, deny a bit again for Geo in terms of his ability to move around, because he really can't afford to give away a shock drone to a Mozzie, if you can help it. And that drone certainly cannot jump, so that offers less mobility in terms of getting around those pests as well. I mean, yes, you can't jump over where they're at, but jumping allows you to get certain positions where you might be able to get around them, whereas you just cannot do that with a shock drone. So definitely something that is helping, I think, here, especially when they're playing Twitch consistently. NVK's been able to do a decent job droning for himself, though, as you mentioned earlier. But it's not always leading to kills. He is doing, I think, a good job of getting in, getting some map control. It's the rest of the team that's not able to necessarily follow that up very extensively in terms of pinching out, as I said before, a lot of the Reciprocity roamers especially, and then certainly not being able to do a whole lot against Skies on site. They're definitely not catching him off guard. I like the extra barricades here just to really slow them down a little bit on this push on the trophy side. But he's going to open both those up just to start with, not give him any idea where he's actually coming from. And again, he's going to have to spend his whole round just opening up wooden barricades at this rate. He probably wishes he was Sledge.
Yeah.
And he's going to be in a fight here pretty soon with Mark, the way things are going.
No. A lot of rounds being dumped down range into Mark on the corner of 90. There's no one in support. But hey.
No, it's fine. Mark's not necessarily even the top frag or anything. He does have a couple on the board already, but his ability to just delay at this point is absolutely doing his job because the rest of the top 3 players, in terms of frags, will generally hold their own.
That shield is
There
so great. I love that positioning. It's really going to challenge you here if you want to push into 90, and EG know it.
Yeah. That's what I was saying, just 90 and shields. I like how it's on the opposite side, too, from where you would have expected it. Oh, no, his back exposed.
Necrox, great timing as Fox falls off the angle here at the back stairs.
Ooh. Trying to battery trick this here.
Will be successful. Yeah. There's a Thatcher, but Necrox is the player, so he's a bit further away.
Still got 1 EMP left.
Yeah. If you can dunk it.
Speaking of dealing with Lesion. So we're going to slow down Geo's approach. Skies again picking them up here. That is the thermite down. So definitely not going to be opening up the wall.
That's a huge pick.
I don't know if that's exactly where Fox was trying to throw that, but either way, it'll still help a little bit. But he's playing the same stairs as the first round. Oh, Laxing.
Laxing downstairs. No nitro cells. Running the barbed wire in the Mozzie, actually. And he has the spot. Just been watching those angles, and Geo is going to go down. Smoke being thrown up as Necrox is on the floor. Skies the 1v1 against MVK, and he drops him. The second one as well. Skies is on a roll, and he collects all 3 hits.
He is definitely flexing tonight.
And Skies, so far, man, he's looking like the MVP for this game.
This is one of those moments when it's appropriate to say, for EG, sky's the limit.
Well, literally.
Yeah.
I got the joke.
Okay, good. I was getting worried. I know it's been a long day.
It's been a long time, Devin.
Yeah.
I haven't casted, like...
That's true, because you didn't cast in Raleigh. You took the easy way out.
What do you mean, the easy way out?
So, Zoronic, what do you think? Okay, nap time. Easy for me, Loesch.
Hey, man.
I was pulling double duty.
Hey, man. Why are you just downplaying the hustle?
Okay. The hustle, yeah.
It's
Sorry, I'm not street enough. I was just playing a kindergartner and drawing on the screen.
You were actually
finger painting.
Yes.
See, Sky's already in double digits out of 4 rounds.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that means like more than 2 kills a round.
He's 10-0. Dude,
he hasn't even
died. Dude, stop. He's 10-0.
Because he's playing on site, killing everyone. Don't even push site. Like, don't bother. Like, if you're EG, just don't even go to site, because that's just gonna give Skies the opportunity to kill you.
He plays Bandit. He plays Echo. He plays with my heart.
He's going to be on Smoke this time as well. Something we thought was a little odd when we first saw him starting to play Smoke a while back. It was like, what? Okay. And I think it's something he actually kind of enjoys as well. So
yeah.
He's also been, he's stated a lot that he's okay to be totally flexible. He feels like he can play whatever the team needs. And I think that's been a good part of the flexibility of this team, is they've all felt comfortable just playing whatever the team needs at the time, and no one's really like trying to glory hog like you would expect from some of the players that, at least from their public personas, had seemed to have a bit more ego.
Yeah, I mean, I think outside of maybe Mark and Retro, everybody has had to jump in between different operators in different plays. I mean, you have Mark and Retro that...
Well, then they're the backbone.
Yeah, they are the backbone, so they have to operate within certain limits, but then you still have Fox that's playing the Legion and holding a position, holding an angle the whole round, you know? Laxing that is roaming, but in a way where he's kind of just holding on to a certain location for a decent chunk of time. And we saw that...
always roaming, though. That's what he does. I mean, he's just very good at just being, like, he will almost always live through at least the first minute and a half of a round. He is not the kind of roamer that dies early.
No, definitely not. Well, Mark will take a bit of damage here. A bullet from Geo's Twitch.
Yeah. That concerns me, too, because he's easy to spot from Odiga, and I don't know if Mark is going to be super effective on Vigil except for burning time. But if he can manage to do that, I think that will help because they did struggle a little bit on time in terms of trying to push the site with enough manpower last time. But to be fair, this is the site that EG almost won. Thanks to Young's 4K.
And a reminder that this is the most defensive-sided map in the pool. So, hey, 4 rounds on defense on Villa actually don't mean as much as you think.
Oh, it doesn't see him. Doesn't have a big backpack like Maestro. Oh, is he going to know his right below? Retro, it's your job to know where those are, bud.
What do
your job?
Mod will find a kill on Laxing, so that's the roam play shut down. Playing the MPX of the Valkyrie. No more. So you see Fox running the Jaeger this time around. And you see a lot of operator rotations between the players of Reciprocity. It just means that they're just so flexible, as we were mentioning before.
Oh, no.
Oh, comes around the corner, and NVK finds it.
Wow.
Leaving Retro all on his own.
Well,
Might have goo mines, but man.
He's going to have to get his first and fifth in kills of this match. Shock Drone even going to put some damage on him and throw him off a little bit as he gets pushed.
Ooh, Retro with 1 headshot. Goes for the second Retro. He's alive now. He's going to find one more. Reverse repel, the standard play here. It's going to be very difficult to fight against him. Fight against that reverse repel. No run out as the comeback potential from it is just way too low, and there's a shield right in front of Retro. So Necrox uses it to his advantage and just peeks around the corner. There you go. There's a shield, there's a bomb, and you're good to go. That's the first round for EG.
Good round for Modiga as well. He got the 2-piece there, and I think that definitely helped. You saw the kind of collapse at some point. They were able to kind of track them down. It's just the dynamic that time wasn't working out as well, and then Laxing getting picked off early. Well, not early, but earlier definitely didn't help things out there, and it seemed like they just finally, EG starting to get a good idea on their positions. They didn't have a Mozzie or anything to really deny the drone play. And EG kind of actually had it coordinated that round in terms of the intel to get those plays, but also some misplays, like Retro sitting just above a potential kill. He could have gotten through the floor off of the goo mine. I mean, maybe he's still just making a call out off of it. We don't necessarily hear. So it might have still been beneficial. But it's just small things like that. And I believe it was Fox creeping around, got caught off guard. It just... I appreciate their roam play as well, but they also don't have a lot of intel necessarily to work off of if they don't bring that Echo to help with that flexible roaming intel that they can use. So they're not going to go with the Echo this round, but they do at least, have the Black Eyes to help. And Evil Geniuses are not going to change anything up. So see how this goes on their second attempt, though. This is, again, the bomb site they've struggled with the most, surprisingly. Dining actually not as bad. Although that did get pretty close as well. So, I mean, EG has had some good rounds outside of Aviator Games attacks. See if they can manage it this time. Laxing really, again, needs to be flexible as long as possible. Mark this time going to be on the mute as well. Maybe that'll at least help, because even if he doesn't do a ton in terms of buying them time or playing a killer roam, he still might be able to deny at least a lot of that drone play. So I think that's probably a good change, because Vigil's going to only deny drones against himself, not for the team. And of course, you want to give Skies all the opportunity he can get on site to be able to play that without them having intel on him.
Yeah. So now, with the EG having gotten around on the board, Reciprocity actually go back to the same lineup and site and everything that they had. So Fox is still on the Jaeger. It was just unfortunate that literally the instant he walked down the hallway, the ash was pointed at him, so NVK got the freebie.
Bad timing.
It happens. Retro on Legion. And he's really going to be sticking on to Astronomy. There's 1 in 90, and oh my god, NVK. Fox, you have to be counting your lucky stars there.
NVK has just been crouch walking everywhere, and Fox just... he loves stairs, apparently. He's going to catch one. NVK, though, going to be set up to trade this potentially, and the timing is there for him. So 1 for 1, I suppose worth it, though, taking down Modiga. That means a little bit less intel. They're not playing the Echo this time, but still those Black Eyes a little more safe now, as well as the Goo Mines.
That was just pretty funny to watch, to say the least. So Gio's going to continue on with the Shock Drone here, playing the Twitch. Might be able to spot Laxing playing. Laxing did not go down to the wine cellar this time around, at least not yet. And MVK collecting the drones. They're going to need later on closer to the assault.
Gio keeping that drone alive for a long time, though. And that's the thing, is that drone is pretty quiet, so being able to move that around definitely helps. And this is a great use of this. utility to be able to take out the bulletproof camera now, which might have been one to come out from either the Mute or the Jaeger.
Expecting Necrox to be coming around from the bedroom. There has to be someone playing that flank from EG. Retro has a close angle as well to play by the reinforcement in Astronomy, so...
That was Legion with the bulletproof camera.
Very much doable. Oh, NVK moving into Statue. It's one headshot. Skies taken away as NVK has been hitting the shots in this game so far. Nitrocell from Mark will not connect. Fire in is a bit too slow for the Legion. Mark will find the drop on Necrox, but from behind, Mark actually getting the second one. It's drop on the floor.
Oh, no,
Laxing coming around from behind. Oh no, NVK and the TK. Laxing away. It's a 1 versus 2. Mark having trouble connecting with the SMG-11 at distance, and now there's 2 angles for him to watch. An easy kill for NVK as the Ash is just working so well for him. NVK is back, ladies and gentlemen, and he's putting the team, just taking them to victory. It's a 4-2 now at the half. EG collected 2 rounds on the attack on Villa. That's, I guess, the minimum that you're looking for. Pretty good, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is decent for both teams, really. Like, in terms of, you know, they got 2 attack rounds. Both of them were on Trophy, though, so they showed that was pretty much their strongest attack, was taking down Trophy. And I got to wonder if it's going to be the same thing from the other side. Are we going to see Fox actually stick that? Because it doesn't make sense except for as a 6th pick for the most part, so probably not. Nope, he's going to switch it up, and ooh, he's going to have those frags. Geo going to sneak onto the Echo, though we're going to see a lot of, I think, 6th-picked Echoes. But we also saw a lot of rounds where they didn't bring Echo on Reciprocity, so that was interesting. But just because, again, how instrumental he was sometimes in providing a lot for Skies to get a lot of those kills, and as well as just additional intel for the team. See if Geo could do his equally well job. But I think this is the first Kaid we're seeing here coming out from Young. MBK also going to be on the Mozzie. And that will be pretty helpful here, as we've seen some good use from that in terms of denying drone movement, especially on this bomb site in particular. Laxing going to have the IQ as well to spot the Echo, so that will definitely help out. Also, the phone calls going along with that. One thing you can benefit from is the phone calls combined with the IQ mean you can actually spot some of the players on their phones. Trying to hang that up. There's one of the first pests there. And of course, he's got a C4 as well, so just overall, such a flexible and useful operator that it's no surprise to see him become one of the staples of Pro League.
Yeah, and with a map like Villa, we talk about Cafe as well, where the combination of the Mute plus the Mozzie works well. Here, you can kind of forego the Mute to some extent. Having a Nitrocell is great. The P10 Roni extended barrel has definitely been up there when it comes to metagame play, but every now and then you'll see it. It's like a 50-50 split, or like a, 60-40, where you'll see a Commando every now and then. It's still a pretty good gun. They're low on recoil, and they're just very nice to tap around with.
Yeah, gotta go with what you're more comfortable with. What you land those headshots with is all that matters. They are moving in with the diffuser still just chilling, not in anyone's pocket. Interesting choice, which is, I mean, it's a good idea if you don't necessarily know how you're going to be bringing that in just yet, but that can leave you in a situation where if Retro tries to play that too late or somehow it dies, then you have someone having to rotate all the way outside to pick that back up, as everyone else is pushing inside the map right now. They've got control of Astronomy from the Master into the bathroom. So Sky's looking for an angle here. I like this, but not finding anyone, unfortunate for him, as he starts to approach towards the site. Still got all of his utility in terms of his lifeline. All 4 in there. Claymore has been deployed, though. Now it's time to do some droning. They've got plenty of time left, 1:45, but no one downed or taken damage yet. So that's not the greatest. They just need to get some idea if they can push towards site securely. And we'll see if they can hold the site as well as Skies did. Unfortunately, not going to be able to sit in that hallway now. Oh, no, the chair stayed intact.
Laxing goes in for a tiny hole, but no, it's not going to be able to spot anyone through it. There's a lot of ADSs, actually. Both of them are set on the floor. A bit of an oddity, but Fox actually finds NVK. A good start, and Fox the second on mod. All right, that's 2 phones to hack. You can sell those on the black market as well. They can fetch a pretty penny.
Jailbreak them.
You're the hacker here, so you know all about it. Reciprocity on the cusp of potentially taking their 5th round here, putting it on the board with 50 seconds left. Big advantage for them against EG. Sure, there's the smoke alive still, but he's forced to use his utility a bit prematurely. And on top of that, the Echo, but there's so much manpower against you. There are limits, I guess, even to an operator like that.
Definitely his passive play not really working out great for EG, but at least 25 seconds left to try and push here. No one on Reciprocity taking any damage, though.
A great cowboy hat there spotted in the back as Young will find Mark. The Habana taken away, but the work's already been done. Oh no, Retro piles on in, and he goes to the plant as Skies is on the floor. Laxton goes in for the fight. So try to fire. No, you have to go for the plant, Foxay. That's all that matters. Geo and Young are the last two alive. Oh my, are EG actually going to do this? The Yokai drone will stop the defuse from Fox, and no, it continues. The IQ's job is to kill the Yokais.
Yeah, that unfortunately right there cost them.
How did that go from a 5v3 to an absolute annihilation?
Bottlenecks. Having to push in through that one door. So unfortunately.
Thank you very much for that, Devin.
Wait, was it a rhetorical question?
No, that was it. That's all I was expecting from you.
Okay. Lowered expectations. Well, either way, though, it was interesting to see that EG managed to actually pull off playing a bit more turtle than the way we saw from Reciprocity, for example. They played a lot more heavy roam and moving around the map pretty flexibly and catching people off guard, whereas it seemed like EG were just more focused on defending the site, not having someone like Skies just sitting there holding it. And in the end, it worked out on time because, as you said, the AQ was not able to take out the Yokai. They weren't able to do anything about that time. Really kind of costs you just because, well, Echo's so strong, and that's why you see him banned so often, is just how strong that is. So I think this whole match has been a good demonstration of why Echo is still a troublesome operator to deal with. But we'll see how it goes this round for Trophy. This was one of the, the Achilles heel, really, for Reciprocity. So if Reciprocity can do the same thing to EG that EG was able to do to them on the second and third attempt, then they could set this towards match point pretty quick, potentially.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Mozzie's still going to be here to deny a lot of this, like some of these placements, try and deny a lot of the rotation spots for the drones. So nice thing, of course, is bottlenecks are everything in terms of using those pests. Bottlenecks and drone holes. You do have a limited range in where the pest works. Yeah, you can't jump over it, but there are, for example, say double wide doors that you can't necessarily get all of with the pest. So you definitely have to pick and choose your spots, but you can't use the same ones every time or people will just anticipate them. So a little bit like Valkyrie cameras in that sense. But Sky's already spotting one of those pests, taking it out.
Yeah, I mean, it is behind the wall, so you're kind of expecting it to be in that position. Or if not, then maybe in the, the closet, right?
Yeah, you definitely want to pick common entry points and try and slow down that entry or make it unsafe for them to enter.
Yeah, and it's as we usually put it, right? If you're not capturing the drones, then the least that you're doing with those, with the spiders is just that you are denying information. You are slowing down your... Oh man, Kobe! Oh my.
It's like when he was playing on border as well. They'd throw him down the hatch.
That was a hell of a grenade. For people that don't know, the grenade is on a timer fuse.
Yeah.
So if you just chuck it, but at the right angle, then it will bounce into this position. But hey, it's a easy kill, I guess, on Geo.
That's a good start. Taking the Legion down early always helps, because he is one of the few operators that literally gets stronger the longer he's alive in the round. There are very few of those. Fox still has a logic bomb left in his pocket as well, but no more grenades. But hey, 1 kill for 2 grenades, totally worth it. Claymores have also been set up here, so utility in place. This is, again, another patient round coming out from Reciprocity, the slow push that cost them mostly just on time last time. So it's up to Laxing to rectify that mistake. If he can, could be another round where Reciprocity get close to that plant.
That's the rotation we've been looking for to come out from the bottom. No, Skies will find Necrox eliminated as he was just kind of sitting back and relaxing close to Astronomy.
Modiga might die here with an ADS in his pocket even. He's giving away his position.
Scanning his back here, Fox. Not going to find anyone. Laxing having someone to watch his drone, potentially. Mark will go for the plant. And NVK will find Skies. So now the rotation has come about, and the Yokai drone is doing work, trying to delay things. Oh no, you miss it, but not for long. Retro finds one, but NVK turns around. On fire, but no extended barrel. He is in a 3v2, and oh, one more for NVK. Young will find one. As Fox is left alone with 10 seconds left. He's got a goo mine as well in hand, or in foot, I guess. He's got to go for the plant. He's very exposed. NVK turns around. Can he get the spot? No, Fox should be able to get this diffuser down. Nitro Cell comes out. Well, will it connect? Yes, it will! NVK, man, what are you doing? What are you made of? Oy, oy, oy! That's Fox demolished. NVK is just present. Nathan Valente.
But this is again showing that Trophy is the struggling site because it still came down pretty close to Reciprocity being able to take that. I mean, he got the plant down. It was just down to where that C4 landed and whether or not he was going to catch him off guard on it. Because had he not, I think that was pretty defendable for Fox.
This NVK versus Skies game is pretty good.
It certainly is. I did like one of the things, for example, Modiga rotating up the astronomy stairs and pre-firing as he did so. Forced them off the angle on the bathroom, and he was able to cross the door. Gave him a chance to be able to do some good effort there. Geo cheering on. Good clutch for Nate, a.k.a. NVK. So I just love the teamwork and camaraderie coming out from both teams now. Everyone very excited about their clutches. And 4-4. It's definitely looking pretty good so far. But Reciprocity pulled off 4 in a row first. EG have only pulled off 2 so far on their defense. As you said, this is the defender's sided map. NVK up there, almost double Young, but he actually has higher than Skies even, so definitely doing some work for his team. Geo's still looking a little sleepy there, and he was playing a bit on fragging operators earlier, so it is a little surprising to see him struggling like that. We'll see how he does on Bandit this time, though. Necroc's going to be on that smoke as usual.
10 seconds to insertion.
Fox again going to try the Dokkaebi. Not sure if he's going to get a chance to use those grenades the same way, as the site's now going to be down and dining. And this was, again, one that was difficult for the defenders before. As I said, you kind of get split up, and that can kind of hurt you. You did manage to get saved, though, especially by Skies. So, I don't know. It's hard to say how this is going to go down. But given the methodical approach from Reciprocity, if they can just continue to have manpower left alive at the end of the round and not be in a time situation, they're looking pretty good. They're doing a good job clearing out the map, getting map control, getting early picks without being traded. It's just the last 30 seconds to 45 seconds of the round are where Reciprocity is struggling the most. They're getting a little choked, a little rushed on some of those plays because of time dwindling down, and because EG are playing a bit more passive and playing a lot more people on site. This is just, I don't know, I feel like they're so close each time. Just can't pull off that last little bit at the end. But now that they're warmed up after 2 attack rounds, entirely possible, especially on the worst bomb site for the 3 in theory, although trophies so far maybe been that.
So drone will be brought on in, and the hatch is open from the bedroom, so it's always something to fear, as I usually harp onto it. It's just, take the bedroom. Don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate to take the bedroom.
Really, it's just
Life philosophy.
Well, philosophy in life. But make sure that you hold on to the bedroom as much as possible, because it's such a great linchpin for you to attack. And here, specifically because you're pushing down into dining, you just have so much flexibility with breaching charges, you know. It's just so great to use.
Yeah, and interesting too that that Laxing isn't going to be bringing the breaches. He's got the Claymores. They definitely like to bring Claymores on this team, as I believe Skies was bringing them as well, and maybe this round. So they actually are going to lack a lot of destruction on the floor, interestingly enough, as usually those 2 operators specifically tend to bring breach charges to be able to tear up those floors. And they're not bringing a buck or a sledge, which are not banned, so they're definitely not planning to play a lot of vertical game, it seems. So they just need to really identify a lot of these players. And, I mean, if Evil Geniuses know they can't play a lot of vertical play very well with the operator lineup and a gadget lineup they've been bringing, that's
my!
As well. Nicely done by Young. That is really going to help this round quite a bit. Hopefully they didn't need any more of those X-Kairos. At least some work has been done here. And Retro punished from above. There's those hatches.
That's the bedroom. That's what I was talking about it. And it's lost. Fox will drop in an extra grenade, and the call will come in, but that'll open up the wall, and it will actually net a kill on a Geo. Fox in the pre-fire as he enters, but it's a 4v2, and Mod has taken out Laxing. Calls are out, and they're ringing everywhere, but what do you do with that information? Fox with a punch hole here, but he's going to be able to move into the site. No, he'll be down. Young, beautiful play with the SMG-11. Skies on his own. He's going to be staying in the laundry. Everything being thrown at him. 4 players alive, and EG take the round. They protect the bomb successfully.
That early pick on the mark definitely did not help things. That diffuser just getting stuck there the entire time. Well played by Young. Just EG finding their groove here in terms of playing back on the site and just punishing Reciprocity on their approaches instead, knowing that there's limited angles of approach, limited ways to push into the sites, those bottlenecks. And then small mistakes, like you said, not taking Master Bedroom really costing them in terms of not just the ability to not get killed from above, but also lack of ability to use that. Like I said, they didn't have any of that vertical destruction to be able to play from the bedroom very well, to be able to play from above. And ultimately, I think that hurt them. They had to play a lot more horizontal game. And I mean, they had to know that that was going to be the bomb site because the only available bomb sites were both downstairs. So you knew you're going to be playing vertical in theory either way. So it is a little bit confusing why they didn't bring a little bit more utility for that. But either way, that's 3 rounds up for EG now. They're up into this 5-4 situation. Now, of course, if they get that 4th round in a row like Team Reciprocity did, and then Reciprocity get the last 2 in a row the way EG did, that of course ends up in a tie situation. Entirely possible, but like we said, that would leave both of them in a tough spot as they would remain tied, essentially, at least in terms of score for that 2nd place position. And they have to deal with the other deciders, in this case, who won in their matches, and I can't remember, let's see, who won last time between these two in terms of whether or not that would be the decider. So EG won, or lost last time, so if Reciprocity were to tie with them this time, that would still keep them in that 2nd place position because they won the one head-to-head that wasn't a draw.
Yeah.
So, hey, even if they just get a draw, that still keeps them ahead of EG.
Which is very much, okay. Glide. Billie Jean.
When do we get dance moves in the game that you can buy?
Okay, that bandwagon has sailed.
What?
What would be the well, let's say,
I guess we do have it for elite skins.
What would be the EG dance?
No, I don't even want to know.
Everybody wants to see NVK dance.
I'm pretty sure that's, yeah. That should be trending on Twitter.
Let's get it, boys. There we are. Wonderful plays, I have to say, from Reciprocity when it comes to figuring out some tight angles with the grenades. We saw a couple kills coming here and there thanks to Fox's Duck Abbey play. So I wouldn't be surprised if more of that came out, but the EG have kind of wised up to it. The wall has been opened up here to watch for any rotations down the hallway, getting into the living room. But hey, man, Reciprocity had a massive advantage when entering this site only a couple of rounds ago, and yet it was all for none. So
it's good to see the drone as well from those Skies looking for the yokais, knowing that Laxing isn't doing a great enough job at that.
Hey, man, it happens. It happens. I mean, if anybody knows it, it's Skies. Remember back in the day, running the egg, he was like, "Skies, come on, man."
Yeah, that was we gave him a lot of flack for that.
Oh yes, very well deserved, I have to say. But things have changed. We have not, and Reciprocity still have to deal with EG players downstairs.
That door again. That door was the death of them last time. Modiga being allowed to play these stairs as well and then covering a rotate up from NVK. This is not looking great for Reciprocity, but at least they've got some time left. Did not do anything about that yokai yet as well. I mean, Retro can disable the yokais temporarily with the... oh, nice peek there from Modiga. Now he can even die this round and be okay because now they can't spot those. Oh, but Geo picking up Necrox. That is smokes down. Now a lot more work going to have to come out from Geo. Kind of made more work for himself. 20 seconds left.
Well, they'll enter. NVK trying to rotate around and support the Jaeger here. They'll actually find the refrag on the mark. And a second one. No, it's Retro to win out the gunfight, but that might not be enough. Young is just so close and everybody lines up. Oh, Fox on it. Somehow he wins the fight. And Geo peeking around the bar. Indestructible it may be, but Skies hits the head. Geo trying to play whack-a-mole here with the Skies. There you go. Just keep on firing. You'll hit the head at some point in time. Reciprocity tied up as we head to round 11. This game, Devin.
This is what we were hoping for. A really close game between these two.
We expected it, and it really is kind of living up to the expectations.
And I'm glad it's on a map that they're both good at, too. So it's not like some, like, outlandish thing. This is like a good competition between these two teams. Although I got to say that was definitely a round where I think Geo killing Necrox was definitely a big flub for them. I mean, we didn't get to see how the individual situation went down, but they were already playing a bit aggressive, the way that Modiga was playing, for example, with NVK to try and play very aggressive. Did manage to get one pick each, though. You got Modiga getting one in the doorway, and then NVK getting one in the hallway. Couldn't get the second one, but still weakened Retro a little bit. And so it was looking pretty good in that sense, but then Geo, unfortunately, landing the shot on his teammate and then just having to fight a lot more himself. It's not the greatest position to be in, and that opened things up a little bit for Reciprocity because they were able to study a little bit more, take a little bit more control of different areas and not be so constrained through a single doorway. And they had a little bit more time to work with, and ultimately that worked out for them. But interestingly enough, that's the first loss now on an Aviator defense. So we'll see the second time around. There's a good chance that they're able to win it, though, because this is the better bomb site. If they do, then that puts them at a guaranteed 1 point. So it's a tough spot to be in for Reciprocity because now you've got to try and win against Aviator twice. Unlikely to happen, just off of the strength of the bomb site versus the other ones.
It is one of the most successful bomb sites for defense, period, well, in the game, right?
Yeah, it's strong.
It's good.
Yeah.
What's your analysis? It's good.
I mean, I think the gun vault is a big part of why this site's so strong. Because you have the ability to have 2 parallel rooms you can set up rotates between the way you want to. You can defend a lot of their outside walls into study and things like that. The gun vault itself has a wall that you can defend and a drone hole you can easily mute jam or Mozzie. And you can really use the rotates either through the walls themselves that you set up or the rotates through the gun vault. It just offers a lot of flexibility in the way that you can play the defense. And there's limited entrances. There's like 3 doorways that they can work with unless they blow open walls or the gun vault wall especially. So NVK going to be on Pulse this time, interestingly. There's a big change.
Okay.
He was the one on that Mozzie, but gave it up to Modiga this time, which means no Jaeger in play. That means Fox grenades could be a little bit more useful, as they cannot be stopped now. Unless you can catch them somehow in midair. It is a bummer that they took out the ability to pick up grenades in the back, but the timing just didn't work out for that. And you killed teammates half the time, so it wasn't the greatest.
It was just... Oh, that's a
down.
Great pick.
Great start. Sky's unpunished for it. He got a little stunned, but all it's going to do is force some rotation from NVK and Modiga.
I see Mud with the Commando 9, and there's 3 players here set up from EG. All 4 of them, actually, all of them are set on the site. It is a very powerful position to have, and NVK is watching the flank to make sure there's nobody coming around. Geo has a second Yokai drone as well, positioned in 90. It's a good position to have it in, but because he lost the first one, he might require it closer to the site as this round continues.
Could even get caught rotating it.
Yeah. NVK might be the sacrificial lamb as well for it, maybe to protect it.
Still Claymores left in pockets, flashbangs, plenty of utility for Reciprocity to work with here. Same logic bomb and 2 grenades left. They've got utility, they've got time. Now they just need intel, and that's why you see all the drones coming out so they can decide how they want to pressure this now. That's where, of course, IGLing comes in.
The flank watch drones have already been set up here to hold on to 90. Mark will open up an extra bit of wall here to have across into the site, closer to the pool table. 30 seconds left.
I like the coverage of the Yokai on that rotate for them there.
Mark's going to drop, and Retro finds the head of NVK as he drops on down. Mod should be heard here, but Necros is still going to find Laxing, and all that matters, probably the gunfight here on the site. The Nitro Cell in the hands from Mod is going to do it. There you go. I was just going to talk about it. Retro out of play. The diffuser's been set. Retro will find 1 kill on a Mod, though, on his return to the site, thanks to a post-mortem Claymore. Flashbang thrown into the site with Skies down on the floor. He'll pick himself back up. Young will come in for 1. Fox will refrag. It's a 2v2. Love to have a Yokai drone to help you out here. It's a good position from Reciprocity. And it forces EG to kind of go for the gunfight at long distance. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no, it's failed, EG! They take it with Geo holding it down.
That really shouldn't have been winnable, but they just didn't have coverage. You can't place it somewhere you can't cover it without exposing yourself. That is just... I mean, obviously they had to get the plant down, and that was the most covered position to play it in, but it works against you in the end. And overall, though, Reciprocity's attack, very good in terms of actually pulling that off. Also catching the pulse dropping of NBK as he dropped. That was a great pick. They're actually going to switch over to dining now. They could go back to trophy, but no. Well, now guaranteed 1 point for EG, so we could see that tie come out. Reciprocity, a lot of pressure on them to make sure that they win this so that EG does not overtake them for that second place spot. There's a lot of pressure on Reciprocity to try and make it to Japan because, as you mentioned, they've been struggling to make it some of the other lands. They managed to make it to invite off of a DreamHack Montreal, or I think it was a DreamHack Montreal. It was a DreamHack either way. It's just
Reciprocity. Yeah,
they've not really made it to a lot of lands, and so this is again a lot of pressure on them because EG makes it to most of them no problem. Well, at least since the group stages were gone. That definitely was not their time. But we'll see how things go down for Dining Room here. I mean, I gotta imagine EG still a little bit worried about those trophy defenses, but to be fair, they did successfully defend it the one time they did play it. So I gotta hope, I gotta imagine that EG's play here is thinking, okay, Reciprocity was not prepared for an attack last time on Dining, even when they knew that was gonna be the play. Now that they don't know it's gonna be the play, they're extra not gonna be ready. I mean, yes, he's putting the pests in the same places and things like that, but Reciprocity, again, are probably, I mean, I can't see if they're bringing the breach charges or not, but probably aren't, again, prepared for this. Oh, there we go. At least Sky's changing things up. Can we take a look at Laxing as well, maybe, see if he's bringing those breach charges? No, he's got the Claymore.
No, Claymore still.
But at least they've changed one operator up in terms of Sky's bringing the breach charges, so they can definitely open some of the floor.
Zofia with the breaching charges is just a very good thing to have. I don't know if you're playing on your own in ranked, this might be a different conversation, but bringing breaching charges to competitive play is great. It's very underrated, and having that extra soft destruction when you're not planning on bringing, well, a Jackal because he's banned in this situation, but you know, having a buck and such might not always be the good play. So have the extra secondary, have something of an extra choice, because you might not be destroying the whole floorboard. That's not the goal.
Have we even seen a single buck for NA today? I don't remember seeing one in the Dark Zero Sonics match, and I know we haven't seen one in this match.
There was actually there was a buck in the first game.
I'm trying to remember who was playing it, but yeah, it's definitely been
there was one
rare,
but not in this game.
Yeah,
not in this matchup on Villa. Which is a decent map for buck.
Yeah, but at least they have a Nada operator in terms of Dokebi's a little changed.
And I think that's really the big thing is that Dokebi brings nades, the calls, and that SMG-12.
Hey, but no smokes now.
On Villa, I think it works out very, very well.
Yeah. So no one's really been going for smoke plants anyways. Oh, nice spot there onto Geo. That will definitely help things out. I'm not sure if he knows he got spotted, but Jordan did get shot, but I got to imagine he might change positions. Jammer's doing a little bit of work, but Sky's able to also get an idea where Geo's at. Geo needs to get pinched here. The information is expiring. They keep identifying him, but if they don't get a kill on him here, it's all going to be for naught, and the smokes are going to delay that. He's just going to continue to play aggressive.
Sky's firing in from the bicycle entrance. Laxing comes up. Oh no, how does he win that? The 5.52 doing so much damage. NVK dropped. Reciprocity are fighting for their lives here. Potential tie.
At least there's no yokai in play.
Oh, and Necrox and Mud find a kill. So Mo just doing the work here with the Jaeger. Fox turning around though from the back will find one kill. He's looking close into the kitchen, but Geo's coming in from behind. Retro solo and HP. EG, they're looking to take this. And Retro, he's got the Nitro right in front of him, and he survives. Furniture does as well. There's so many angles for him to watch. So little time, and Geo with a single bullet dispatches Retro and Reciprocity. EG, man, a close game, but here they are, a 7-5 victory. They're on it.
I would say it might be a good idea for Reciprocity to put a little bit more work into their trophy defense and their take of dining. Outside of that, though, very close match. I mean, definitely one that I easily could have seen going to a draw, but just because EG able to play that bottom bomb site better than we saw from Reciprocity even, really worked out in the end. And their ability to also pick up Aviator 2 out of the 3 times, still good. I mean, we actually only saw it twice from Reciprocity.
So if anything, EG now give themselves 3 extra points, which means they are 16 points in the standings, right behind Dark Zero now at 19. Just a bit of information. Dark Zero and EG obviously have played earlier, and it was a 7-5 victory for Dark Zero.
So if they were to end up in a tie situation, that would be the decider.
So when do they play next time against one another? Well, that is not on the schedule yet.
Yeah, that's there's only the 4 of the play days scheduled at the moment.
There's the last 3 play days of 12, 13, and 14, so it might really come down to
So it's going to be one of those. Could be the end, yeah.
Could be the end. Could be 12, 13.
I love when it's down to the very last week to decide who goes to LAN. It's always a bummer if it somehow ends up a somewhat foregone conclusion. And I think, thankfully, most of the time the way the scoring works out, we usually do have down to the wire to decide. And it comes down to not just sometimes the matches themselves for the individual teams, but the matches in terms of like who wins or loses. Some of the other matches can affect and influence and lock teams out. Yeah, it gets pretty crazy.
That's what you're doing. You're fighting for that top spot in your region. Of course, having the higher seed kind of gives you better chances when you go to LAN, but it's an international LAN, so it's just very different.
Yeah.
You're not probably going to be facing G2. Who knows? Maybe they can make it, maybe not. But
yeah, I don't know the math on it, but it's not looking great for them just points wise.
That said, we have an interview up for us, so let's have a quick chat with EG.
Yo, what's up?
Evening, Mo. How are you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, cool. Yeah, what's up? Super excited that we won. It was a long game, bro. Long game.
Yeah, congratulations, I guess.
Thank you.
First time coming in and playing with the team. It was a pretty good performance. How do you feel now playing with EG? How is this different from your past experiences in competitive playing?
It's it's new, right? Like you got a whole new roster, whole new chemistry. Like different speeds, right? Like I'm used to like sometimes a little slower, so like we were going really quick, so I'm just trying to catch up and stuff. But other than that, it was good. Nate went off and big clutches all around the board, so it was super cool.
I have to say there was one specific round where you guys playing on the defense. Reciprocity had a massive advantage of 5v3. You're defending Aviator Games Room. They try to push in, but yet somehow you're able to lock them out. I don't know if you remember much about the round or how it was done, but please walk me through it because for all intents and purposes, that was Reciprocity's round to win. Yeah,
no, I'm going to be real. I don't remember the round, but, because I was usually on cam, so I didn't really see much. All I know is I was just looking at the top right and people just kept dying and it was them. So, the site players just held it down. So, they're just good. They're just great players.
How's the communication between the players in EG? I mean, you said that the plays were fast, but how is it to convey that information quickly between the teammates so you can play off of it and continue with
the communication is not really much different. Especially like when you're not like obviously starting out hot, right? Like I didn't start out the best, right? You know what I mean? Like I got one pick or I would die something stupid, you know what I mean? So like my biggest thing was to like just give my team as much as they possibly could to win, right? Like I'm on cams right away, I'm communicating, I'm saying what they were doing, what we shouldn't do, what we were trying to do on the roam, you know what I mean? Because like obviously there's lurking around everywhere, so it's like we got to figure out how to play against that. So I was over here just brainstorming with Nate and everybody, like what should we do, how can we do this, and then we just finally started clicking and we started like understanding what they did, and then we just countered it. So yeah, that's pretty much the big thing.
Are you now in more of an in-game leader kind of position in the team, or how is it functioning between you?
Nah. I'm just putting my insight into it, right? Like I'm just taking my past experiences because I play this game a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just taking my past experiences of, like, these guys are doing this. We should just expand, right? Like expand out, don't roam below, and then drop later. Just go where they're not, basically, because they like to lurk.
But one thing, and you're just talking about the lurking point. I will really want to hammer that down. Between EG and Reciprocity, there was a lot of play downstairs in the wine cellar to try to come around and flank your opponents. How do you position yourself for that when you're on the defensive roam to just pounce at the right moment?
Yeah, that's the hard part, right? It's like you got to have that timing on your side, which is the hard part because, like, the Dokkaebi calls, you kind of got to, like, feel what the vibe is, right? Like, if the Dokkaebi calls start coming out, if they're on the second one, okay, they're probably going to execute. So, someone's going to be flying somewhere or someone's going to be holding something. So when a Dokkaebi call would come out, we knew that, like, they were lurking around somewhere. We didn't know where, but we had to just chill, try to find information, listen to the comms, get on cams, stuff like that. So it's kind of hard, but, that's just, like, game sense and,
That's the experience, I guess. Playing this game for thousands of hours, it kind of, I don't know what, like it affects your brain in a certain way, and it definitely guides you through it. But Mo, again, on your entry here into EG in the world of top-tier competitive play, again, very well done. And as you said, NVK played out of his mind, so Jason's definitely in it. Anything you'd like to say to the EG fans watching out there?
I would just like to say thank you guys. I appreciate the support as usual. Gonna keep grinding, you know, just stick my nose down and just keep grinding. No matter what performance, good or bad, I'm going to try to always keep my head level, you know, and try to get the dubs. At the end of the day, I'm glad we won. That's all that matters to me. So, yeah.
It's a very positive attitude, and I definitely respect the hustle out there. So,
Mo,
thank you very much. Congratulations on your victory against Reciprocity. Is 7-5, which bumps you up to second position here in North America. We'll see you on your game in just a few days. Good night.
All right, sounds good. Good night. Thank you.